Hi guys and welcome back to League 11. I'm here today to discuss with you the day 2 of the Ashes. Now day 1 was very explosive and turns out day 2 was as well explosive and both days for the same team. Now Australia has performed great, just brilliantly, and we see England struggling. So today I'm going to give you a little recap and review of the highlights of today. Now, England yesterday was bowled out for 147. So Australia's batting innings started today morning. Now, the weather was something that was significantly different because yesterday was very gloomy and rainy and cloudy. But today we saw a sunny day. So quite possibly a nicer day for the batsmen, and Australia yet again being a little favoured. Now, Warner and Harris opened, and the first couple of overs were very uneventful, unlike yesterday's game, where we saw the first ball of the Ashes just being a dismissal. And they continue playing the first few overs until Robinson comes. Now, this is Robinson's debut, and he played beautifully. He is bowling so skillfully, and this was giving Warner and Harris quite a challenge, honestly. And then we see Robinson finally getting rewarded for his beautiful bowling when Harris is got out. Malan catches it at the third slip, and Harris is dismissed only after making 3 runs. After Harris comes in Labuschagne, who is also faced with 150 plus kilometer balls by Wood. So immediately it's a challenge for him. So we see England doing quite well with regards to challenging the batsman. Then around 13th over, Warner is clean bowled apparently by Ben Stokes. Now a very sad Warner almost starts walking back to the stands until it is realized that Ben Stokes has actually overstepped and it was a no ball, hence not a wicket. Now turns out it was not the only no ball of Stokes. He had actually been overstepping for quite a few balls and was not getting reprimanded for it, which is so disappointing because cricket has come such a long way, and to not even notice oversteps in balls is quite disappointing. Now, anyway, after that whole drama happened of Warner's almost dismissal, there were a few scares for them here and there, the batsmen, I mean. Labuschagne and Warner, they kept playing defensively because at that moment that was all that they could have done because bowling was great from England, and a few boundaries here and there maximum. Then finally we see the 24th over a partnership from them reaching 50, and then a little bit after that a personal 50 for Labuschagne himself surprisingly reaches it before Warner, who has been there from the beginning as an opener. Now, this was Labuschagne's 7th half century and in Test cricket, and I feel like he showed some class, definitely. Now, in the middle, we see Ben Stokes hobbling around a little bit here and there. The camera keeps panning over at him to see him wobbling. Turns out he has a little injury in his left leg, but that did not seem to be that big of a problem as he continued playing. Now, a couple overs after lunch passed, and then finally Warner got to his 50 after being stuck at his 49 runs for quite some time. After about, let's say, 44 overs, drinks were finally declared. Now, I feel like these drinks were much needed for England because it was just a little slow, the game, I feel like, and they needed this kind of energy to even amp up their bowling even further and get those wickets. But turns out the opposite actually happened, and they just kept playing steadily and surely making runs, Labuschagne and Warner. But then Labuschagne at 74 was taken, and this was a ball by Jack Leach, a great spinner. So it was just quite disappointing, I feel, for Labuschagne because he got 274 but could not reach a century. Then comes in Smith, who is shortly also dismissed after making only 12 runs, and this is at the end of the 53rd over, and it's a catch from Butler and a delivery from Wood. Now Warner is at 94 at this point, and Robinson comes in and again demonstrates some beautiful bowling. and gives quite a challenge to Warner here and there. And finally, Warner is caught out only at 94, is not able to reach that much awaited century that he's been there throughout the game for. And it's a ball from Robinson, as I said, and a catch from Stokes. Now comes Green, okay, and we're hoping that after Warner's dismissal, Warner had created this kind of stability, and we're hoping that it will develop again, right? Australians will probably need to start a little again, you know what I mean? Then Green comes in and is dismissed at duck. So, of course, you'll be able to guess who this was. Robinson has dismissed Greenwood. Then come in Head and Carey, and they're playing decently, establishing a partnership. And around the 56th over, the score is 195 for 5. Not too bad, I'd say. Carey is caught out by Pope at only 12 runs, and this is a ball from Wokes. Then comes Pat Cummins, the captain. Captain is also dismissed at the same run number at 12, and this is a catch from Hamid and a ball from Root. At the 77th over, we see Stark head in to support Travis Head, who has been playing steadily for quite some time, and then we see Travis Head finally reaching his century at the 81st over. He has truly impressed me today. He played with such class and patience, and just truly a mind game that he played, staying calm throughout was something that's truly commendable, and of course that is what resulted in his century, I feel like. Now, when he reached his century, he was at 331 runs for Australia and 7 wickets down. Then they continued playing quite patiently, created a few more runs here and there, and then at the end of the 81st over, play was finally declared as closed. Now, this leaves the score at 343 runs for Australia with 7 wickets down, with a big lead, I feel like, of 196 runs. So, England yet again in trouble, but we'll have to continue and see what seems like a one-sided game. Maybe England's able to turn it around, we'll never know. Until we continue watching, and I'll be there, and I'll see you after day 3 of the Ashes. Thank you.